Kagurabachi Awakening has officially arrived. The latest chapter where we were given hints as to what the enchanted blades could be capable of and when they're in the right hand. And this chapter, oh boy, this chapter goes even further and it even begins to show the beginning of something we've never seen before from our man Chihiro here. But before we get into all of that juicy Kagurabachi goodness, I just want to say, make sure you like and subscribe because we do Kagurabachi and Jujutsu Kaisen and other manga content around here all the fucking time. So subscribe and help your brother out here. This chapter opens up with a flashback of Chihiro talking to the Kaminabi about the abilities of the enchanted blade, which I talked about in the last chapter and about how I feel about how we're going to see Sojo and Chihiro bring up their full potential, an awakening of swords for their swords, which is what we're getting into here. Chihiro goes on to explain how the powers of the swords, it's not almighty or something. In fact, the change in how the wielder uses the sword, the fortification of the body and the power of their will is something unclear is influencing it, and it's summoning powers unforeseen when the sword is forged. Sakura is really going in on the fucking lore for these enchanted blades, and it's generally really reminded me of Cursed Energy and Nen, but different. I'm not sure. I can't really place my mind on it, but it feels like there's a lot more than what meets the eyes here. I don't even know how to explain it. Don't look at me like that, okay? I'm making crazy crackpot connections. Don't look at me like that. Anyway, we cut over to Shiba, who's investigating a hut that him and Chihiro gained information about after Chihiro appeared at Sojo's compound in the last chapter like a motherfucking Batman. Shiba reminds Chihiro how there's two goals here. One, rescue Shaw, and two, find out more information about Sojo, the Hishaku, and the Shinichi. I hope I haven't just butchered that name. I probably fucking have, because remember, we still don't know what they want, who they are, and why Sojo is so fucking obsessed with the enchanted blades and even Shaw's ability to regenerate, which we'll get into in a little bit. But Shiba also reminds Chihiro how he's in no condition right now to fight. And remember, this dude ate a fucking lightning bolt to the face and walked it off. However, his arm is all sorts of fucking messed up right now. In fact, I think both of his arms are actually messed up here. But one little detail that I did like is Chihiro's reaction to hearing the guards making light of Shaw's regeneration as if it's some sort of freak show for their amusement, and basically taking turns to watch her be experimented on, which is really fucked up. However, this is where Chihiro is found by a freaky frog right here who apparently sniffed out the fucking blood of the guard that Chihiro had taken out in the previous chapter, which is kind of crazy. But Shiba hears the commotions going off here and he wonders if he should go back and help Chihiro, only to be found by two other guards who are trying to, you know, capture him, fight him, I guess. But also does kind of make me sad. We've not yet seen Shiba's power in combat yet, and I guess there's obviously plenty of time for that for sure to see for sure. But it does kind of make me sad that we haven't seen that yet. Also, we get this little sequence of Shaw hearing the commotion and questioning whether it's Chihiro in this chapter, and it kind of tugs on the heartstrings a little bit because this chapter hits some emotional moments here. But Chihiro wastes no time in getting out of the sticky situation after the guards realize that he is in a bad way. Chihiro manages to escape, and we get a fairly emotional moment of Chihiro realizing the situation that he's in. I mentioned how if he could only use his left arm and if his body was in shape and if he was at full power, and he starts to realize, he starts to doubt himself, and he doubts whether he'd actually be able to do anything even if he was at full power. And we get flashes of everyone mentioning how he's not yet mature and how he doesn't know anything about these blades. But throughout this, we see him thinking of Shaw and the imagery of his severed leg. It just keeps flashing his mind, and it shows that Sojo's gang and Sojo himself really did a fucking number on this dude, like, on his mental state, not just his body, but his mental state as a whole. Like, brother is in a very rough mental spot right now. However, this misery is caught short by a flashback of Chihiro's dad shouting at him. And again, as Chihiro is having an existential crisis, Chihiro's dad points out that he'll never be like him, and he wants to be just like his dad. Then him being born as Chihiro would have been a total waste of time, pointing out that Chihiro often gets tunnel vision on things where his dad just doesn't, and his dad tells him he needs to be more flexible and less serious. And we get this beautiful work of paneling from Takaro here where we see a younger Chihiro wiping away the tears the old Chihiro finishes, and as this is all happening, we start to see goldfishes appears on the panel here. It's really nice paneling. But this flashback ends and it shows the scientists coming to grab Shaw and telling her how there is no hope for her, and they look sinister. They look really fucking creepy. They look sinister as fuck. But there is 100% hope, and his name is fucking Chihiro here, because this is where we get to the awakening part of the chapter that was teased within the last chapter. Chihiro going on to explain that N10 has 3 powers: Kuro for long-range attacks, Aka for absorbing, and Nishiki for cloaking. And while reminding us of this and his father's words, they echo in his ear with him saying, "Be more flexible." And Chihiro is going on to say, "Sorry, Shaw, this is the end, which it sounds very ominous, but I don't think he means the end for him. I think he means the end of his suffering, I hope. Or maybe he is just about to put everything into an attack here that's gonna maybe even sacrifice him. I don't know really what's going on here, but he's going crazy right now. But he goes on to say, I'll put it all to an end. As the room fills with what seems to be Kuro, Chihiro says the word shred, which is a completely new power that we've not seen before. Now, it's time for some wild speculation. I mentioned this on Twitter, but Kuro shred is giving me strong Sukuna Malevolent Shrine vibes. I get the impression that he is about to rip this fucking room asunder. Especially given how Kuro is a raged attack. The room is just filled with these goldfish everywhere, and then Chihiro says the word shred, so I'd be shocked to find out that this isn't anything but slashes appearing from every which way and fucking angle from these goldfishes that have appeared here. But overall, very solid chapter. I'm genuinely really enjoying the world building and the mythos building between these enchanted blades and Chihiro, and I like that it's slowly but surely exploring him and his dad's relationship through these well-placed flashbacks here. Very excited to see what the series brings us. I know there was a lot of hype for it over at Jump Festa, which is kind of hype. We also got a color panel this chapter this week, which is huge. But anyway, that's everything from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to go drink some water, go tell someone you fucking love them, and as always, I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Much love, big fucking kisses, peace.